All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're live again. Auto Club Speedway here. ExtremeMotorsports99.com Cup Series. Race number 4 of the chase. That's right. One more to go. We crown a champ. And it's tight at the top. I'm going to tell you what. Jake Nichols, the man sitting up on top of Keith Haney, 8 points out. Mike Rominger right there in third, 10 out of him. So it could be anybody's ball game coming out of here at Auto Club under the lights. Fontana, that's right, California side of things here on the West Coast. About to do some good things. Last night was a wild one in the Xfinity Series. I want to welcome everybody. Well, this is Joe White up here in the booth, accompanied by Davis Richards. Davis, how you doing, man?
Hey man, I'm doing pretty good. It's great to be back. It's been about 3 weeks since I've been on, so I've been needing something to fix my NASCAR fix. It's been a while since I've seen one of these races here.
Man, absolutely, and it has definitely been exciting going in through the chase here. Got some throwback paint schemes. Jake Nichols out there running one for Jeff Gordon. Throwback, got Ethan Kurtz out there running. See a little pit party going on right now. These guys out there getting warmed up, getting fired up out here. Definitely got 17 of some of the bad fast boys and some bad fast cars, bad fast track. Right now showing Delonte Ballard on top.
Yeah, but I'm looking at them right now. They're 3 wide in practice, and the top 5 in practice is separated by less than 1/10 of a second. So that'll give you a little hint of what you're going to see later tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. Like quick, KK Hill said, yeah, yelling by Joe last night. Yeah, well, that was an exciting. I mean, he just couldn't get going. I mean, it was just like, wow, they're 4 wide on the start there. So it was thrilling to watch it. Loved every minute of it. What's going on, John, Cahill, Tim, everybody out there? I want to appreciate you forming in because this is the best of the best. We got some, well, when I say the best, we got some of the best out here. Obviously, some big names, man, come about here in ExtremeMotorsports99.com, the Cup Series. And these boys, man, know how to put this thing into victory lane and around there. But they got these monster machines, Davis. And I'll tell you, it's a handful. I don't know if you've got a chance to wheel one of these things around this track yet or not.
I haven't been able to wheel the Cup car around, but I was in the Xfinity race last night. That lasted about 12 laps, but it's a lot like Michigan. You don't hit your line perfect every single time, your car is going to suck up to the wall on exit.
Yeah, absolutely. I also mimicked this one almost as like a Kentucky too. When you come out of turn 2, that thing wants to push out to the wall a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely does, Joe. It's just, like I said, kind of like Michigan, you know. You get up there, you want to hit your line perfectly, and if you get too close to the apron, you'll go spinning in 1 and 2. And on 3 and 4, if you don't ride that second groove off the bottom, it'll suck you up in the wall.
Yeah, and what we're seeing right now, some good racing in practice right now, a little pit party as we're getting set here to go qualifying soon. And like you said, folks, we're going to have about 10 minutes. They'll do a little small drivers meeting during that time. But we see some good 2-door action, 3-wide action going on in the pit party right now. A lot of guys out there, man. Definitely. It's also most notably, Davis, no fast fix.
Yep, that's right. No fast fix. That's another thing you got to be worried about these cars is, like I was saying earlier, them sucking up to the wall. If you do that, your day's pretty much done because once you get a little bit of damage on a track like this, the aerodynamics are just going to suck you back, and you're going to be probably off by a second and a half.
Yeah, that definitely, man. I'll tell you what, right now, hey, what's going on? I'll tell you, John, definitely keep every thoughts and prayers. And obviously, everybody saw at the beginning there, we definitely want to keep Don Kidder Jr. in thoughts and prayers there and his family as his father passed away this week. So we definitely here at OSR Network and everyone in the league, drivers and all, want to keep him in our thoughts and prayers there as it's definitely been a heartbreaking thing to have to deal with.
Yeah, you definitely hate to see that happen, so we're going to definitely keep him in your prayers. And see John Marine's over here in the chat, man. Hope you didn't get any damage in the storm from Hurricane Harvey.
Yeah, no doubt. Harvey blowing on through there, messing everything up in Texas, and it's about as much as a hurricane as these guys going to have here tonight at Auto Club, storming around this track. So definitely, keep safe out there. And I've kind of often wondered, John's down in Texas, don't know how close he is to all that, but he's been able to watch all the streams throughout the whole entire thing. I've always said, what's he got, a boat and his Wi-Fi out there watching the races?
He's got to. He's got me added on Facebook, so I've been trying to keep up with him, but I didn't know for sure if he got any damage or how he was able to watch those streams.
Yeah, no doubt. I was curious myself. Hey, what's going on, Taylor, out there? I tell you what, Cahill, what's happening? That's right. Everybody get your refreshments. Tell everybody in the house, man, batting down. We're about to have some racing here tonight. Auto Club, under the lights, ExtremeMotorsports99.com Cup Series. And this is race number 4 of the chase. We've got one more after tonight. We're off next week, though. We have a fun run then. But after that, we go to Homestead to crown a champ here. And like I say, 8 points separates the top 2, 10 separates the top 3. Right now, Jake Nichols third on the speed chart. Not the fastest out there that I'm showing, but Keith Haney and Mike Rominger, the two guys right there behind him, well, they're nipping at his heels because they're fourth and fifth fastest on the speed chart.
You know, and it's going to be a thing to keep an eye on. If Jake Nichols, all it takes is one bad race, heck, even one mediocre race, if Keith Haney is able to pull out a win tonight, and it'll be a nail-biter at Homestead for sure.
Absolutely, you're right. Wouldn't take but one disastrous move there. This can be a tricky track like you saw last night. Unfortunately, Davis bumping the wall earlier on. Like you said, car pushed up, went right into the wall. Can happen to the best of them.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm one of the best of them, that's for sure. I was texting Joe the other day. I was like, I hope my driving skills are I hope my broadcasting skills are a lot better than my driving skills. And as they're still doing practice around here right now, I think in about 5 or so minutes should be going to the drivers' meeting, and we'll be green flag racing here in a bit.
Yep, good deal. All right, I was just doing a quick sound test, just making sure everything looks good, sounds good for all the viewers out there. And again, speaking of the viewers, I want to appreciate everyone tuning in tonight here. Auto Club, under the lights, absolutely. Cameron's your pick. All right, Tim, next pick. Got to stick with him. I'll tell you what, I'm going to ride with Delonte. Hopefully he does some good things. And, oh, looks like they did advance the session, so we're going into qualifying here. Let's see what these boys can do in the qualifying. Like I say, going to have about a short 10-minute qualifying, running just a tad bit behind than we normally do, folks. But they had a few little issues, little hiccups here and there, man. The iRacing side of things, everything's squared away. So we definitely, man, going to be out here racing in no time. And tonight, we had 90 laps last night. We got 100 laps tonight. As qualifying's under the way, under the lights here. Who's your pick for tonight, Davis?
Man, Joe, I'm gonna have to go with Keith Haney. We'll pull him out, see if he can get her done tonight.
Good deal, Keith Haney. All right, the man out there trying to do everything he possibly can do to hopefully come in here and make up some ground to go into that last race of the chase. To maybe try to also, you know, he's leading the points in the Xfinity. Came out of there last night, so it's definitely going to be interesting on his end. You know, can he be? You know, he's actually could probably do history if my memory serves me correct. If he wins both championships, that would be the first time that's ever done in the same season.
Joe, I was just about to mention that too. I mean, wouldn't that be something if Keith Haney's able to come out of here, upset Jake Nichols, get the championship, and also win the title in the Xfinity Series as well? Absolutely.
NASCAR phone number. Anyways, well, we got, yeah, that would be a feat, nonetheless. I mean, he's got the skills, he's got the talent, definitely got the car up under him, and it's going to be very interesting to see. But he's got one bad, fast opponent in the name of Jake Nichols there, who is very deadly consistent. Man knows how to get the car around. Call him Superman, a man of steel. Got nerves of steel also. It's going to be very interesting there to see if he can close this thing out.
Yeah, Joe, I'm watching some of these guys, and they're just now coming out on the track for qualifying. I think, you know, they're trying to go for every single tenth of a second out here, and they're getting a little loose on that warm-up lap and having to get another car out.
Yep, absolutely. And that might be the thing we're thinking about. It's like last night, y'all were talking about maybe a little tight. Maybe this car's maybe a little bit loose out here.
Yeah, that could be the case, Joe.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see. I'm just excited to get here. I mean, we talked up the points last night. I mean, Keith, Eric Tesh, and all those boys last night. You know, Keith came out of it. Tonight's going to be very interesting to see if Keith Haney, and don't count out Mr. Extreme himself, Mike Rominger. That man, he's a past champion here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Knows how to drive some of these bad, fast machines around here. It's going to be interesting to see if he actually can do anything. We got another couple more tight battles back a little further in the chase here. Definitely got, you know, we're tied for 7th place. That's between old Nick Hunt there, Kool-Aid Man, and Bobby Cheney, which unfortunately Bobby Cheney's not here tonight, which is the reigning defending champ of the Cup Series. Just not had the season he's wanted, unfortunately. But he's tied for 7th. Ethan Kurtz right there in 6th. That's his first. By the way, Ethan Kurtz, first full season in the Cup Series, made the chase and sitting 6th right now.
Wow, that's an amazing feat in itself, too, to come out here in your first season and be able to even at least be into the chase and competitive with these other drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. And most definitely, you got Tyler Laughlin, Devin Smirker, you know, Tyler Sippert out there. Unfortunately, Tyler Sippert, you know, has some home things going on and whatnot. But we got some old crafty veterans out here. It seems like everybody right now looks like they have taken their qualifying time. And look who's on top. Don't count him out. Mr. Extreme himself, Mike Rominger. Now, he's 14 points back, and everybody be like, well, 14 points going up against Jake's about impossible to make up. Not necessarily. I mean, Jake has a bad race. Guess what? You know, remember last season, he came in 10 points behind, lost by 1. So anything's possible. Remember, we got no fast fix. He gets in a wreck, an accident, get in his night. Well, remember, we got 17, 18 guys out here. So that definitely would not bode well, because you're talking about 17, 18 points. Well, there's the difference. That's more than enough difference there for Mike and company up there. We got Keith Haney sitting 4th on the chart, Jake sitting 2nd. So it's going to be interesting to see what these guys can pull off. We'll talk about it throughout the race here, Davis, man. And it'll be interesting, man. I'm excited to head to Homestead, crown a champ here, get these boys, man, out here pumped up, and definitely head off to Homestead and then head off to our next season and see who's going to do it again.
Yeah, I'm really excited too, because it's been a long season for sure, but I'm looking at the results right now, and it's got Cameron Hearn in 15th with a 41.364, so it's going to be fun to watch him coming from the back of the pack to see if he can get back up there and battle for the lead.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know he can. He's definitely got the talent, got the skill, got the car to get it done and go to the front. And unfortunately, John, yeah, Tyler Sifford not here tonight with us. I was just going through the points there. He's 11th in points. And we definitely miss Becky out there who cheers him on. And we miss Tyler being out here. But we understand, you know, life things and everything that goes on in it. As it looks like qualifying is, well, it's underway, obviously, but it's already completed here tonight. And Mike Rominger looks like the man going to put it on pole. He is looking. He's not giving up until the racing lady stops singing. That's how we'll put it. How's that, Davis?
Hey, that sounds good to me.
Good deal. Well, I'll tell you, everybody, well, this is our time, man, to sit here and kind of just reflect on what has happened this past season. It's been a good one. I mean, it started off at Daytona, and it ended here. We're here right now at Auto Club. It's going to end at Homestead here. And, folks, it has been a solid 14 weeks so far of ExtremeMotorsports99.com action. I am honored and privileged to be able to be up here in the booth, and it's been a cheer, man, to have the guys up here, Davis, Gerald, Ryan, all the guys who Waylon has been up here a couple times in the booth with me, calling all this action throughout the Xfinity and Cup. I want to thank, man, everybody here at Extreme, Rick Donathan, and all the company out there for letting me do this, as it's awesome, man, to be up here. And here we are, one race away to decide a champion again. Boy, last season was exciting. This one's already becoming another exciting one.
And Joe, I don't know where the time goes. It honestly feels like yesterday we were headed to Daytona for the first race of the season, and now we're here with the second to last race to go, and it's been a wild season for sure. We've seen a couple of different winners. We've seen some people come from the back. We've seen great finishes as well.
Yeah, and we've seen, you know, some of the best, a lot of the peak and pro-style drivers come over here and compete and give a run for the money and do what they do best here on iRacing. Right, and you're talking about time flying. We're almost, you know, 3/4 of the way through the year. I mean, wow, 2017 and 2018 will be upon us before we know it. But one thing we do know is we're about to get set here shortly, for the next 5 minutes or so, to start these bad boys up here. Monster machines here tonight. You're right. This old Richie Evans got that classic throwback. He's run that car for a while. Definitely likes that number 3 good wrench machine.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the paints here, but it's not letting me look at them right now. But I'll have to keep them on when I start to grid up.
Yeah, it's a he runs the Intimidator number 3, the old black good wrench machine. He's run it for a while now. He's enjoyed running that paint job. It's really helped him out right now. He's sitting 7th on the speed chart. He's going to start this race, obviously right there in front of John Houston, who was sitting at 8th. Ethan Kerr sitting 9th. Delonte Ballard, because Delonte the showstopper. It's going to be interesting to see what he can actually do here tonight. So, man, I tell you what, I don't know. I don't really know what else to say because it's electric here under the lights at Auto Club. Folks, we're out here out west here. And I think, man, we just got the signal. We're going to go 11 minutes. 9 minutes to go. Ken Ladd, the man out there in charge tonight, just told us that we're going about 9 more minutes. We're going to get this thing rolling. And Keith out in the chat. Did you see that, Davis? He said, I hope the 73 hits the wall.
Man, that's don't let the karma get you back there, Keith.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Which, oh man, hey, it's going to be fun. It's good. I mean, here's the thing. These are some of the best of the best. You know, this is an invitational only style series here, or you have to prove it one way or other moving up through the series at Extreme to get here. And the level of competition proves it. And for guys like Jake, I mean, you've got Delonte, Mike out there. Like I said, I've named some of Tyler Laughlin, Blake Reynolds, just to name Jimmy Mullis was in here, just to name a few of the guys that have raced here this past season. Definitely going to be very, very interesting to see. So, with that said, you've got to bring your A game lap after lap and keep talking about anything can happen, because I will give him a hint. Jake did have one race in the chase last season that was a bad race. The only difference between that one, or that season and this season, is he had a fast fix to bounce back on. Well, this time, none. Mess up this time, it could be disastrous.
Sorry, Joe. I just figured out something. Whenever I turn my dishwasher on, my steering wheel starts restarts, so I can't click my button to talk. I don't know. I just figured it out. I was doing a couple races last week, and my steering wheel kept resetting during the middle of the race. And I was like, "What the heck is happening?" So today I went to go. Dishwasher? Yeah. So today I went to go. Like your dishwasher in
the kitchen?
Yeah.
Now, how's that got to do with? What, you got your wheel hooked up to your dishwasher?
No, I mean, it's hooked up in the wall, but I went to load my dishwasher a couple hours ago, and I clicked the on button. I heard my wheel restart, so I was like, wait a minute. So I turned it off, turned it back on, and it did it again.
That's, okay. Now, that's the wildest thing I've ever heard. But, okay. All right. Well, with that note, folks, we're gridding up as Davis is washing his wheel. So here we go. Let's go through the grid in order. Mr. Extreme himself, Mike Rominger sitting in on pole tonight. Superman, Jake Nichols sitting out front with him, sitting in second. David Shutt, we call him the Nightmare. He's under the lights here, so he's in his nighttime atmosphere, starting third. Fourth place man, Keith Haney there. Going to start it out. John T. Wimmis, boy, look at that, starting fifth. Could be a good night for him. Possibly could be a night he could pop up there and get a win. Justin Gable, another one. Well, the SRA drivers, watch out for him, starting sixth. Richie Evans starting in seventh. John Houston there in eighth. Ethan Kurtz, don't count him out, sitting in ninth. Delonte Ballard, the showstopper, rounds out the top 10. As we look through the rest of this field, I'm going to tell you, I say it week in and week out, star-studded. Because if you look at the names here, wow, it is. And a lot of the names you're looking there won't be here because they're not in the race, folks. They kind of left it open a little bit, so we'll just go really fast through there. There we go. We're getting gridded up here.
It's going to be exciting for sure, and you're right. John T. Wimmis starting fifth. That's a really good start for him. It'll be interesting to see if he can get up there with the leaders and battle it out. But I'm ready to go racing. Like I said, it's been 3 weeks since I've seen these guys on the track, so I've got the itch.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely, man, I'm with you on that one. guys, man, are getting gridded up here. Their own pit road right there. Now, old Jake Nichols on the outside. Keith Haney's right there, going to start right behind him. Now, Davis, I don't know about you. What goes through the minds of guys like that when they're starting this one, going for a championship? I mean, obviously, we talked about, and Gerald did, a racer's mentality is to win. But what do you you have to look at the big picture, championship.
And when they're girded up like this, I just like to focus in, get all the distractions out. My house has got to be clean, or I'll be worrying about that in the middle of the race. Really? I just got to center in. Yeah, oh yeah, center in and focus. Because if I don't, my mind will go 1,000 other places, and then I'll be heading off to turn one and wrecking. But
can you come and clean my house while you're at it? Oh, I've never heard that. That was pretty cool, by the way. That was a good one. I've never heard that.
No, I don't know. It's just I can't have. I guess I'm kind of a neat freak. Can't have dirty stuff while I'm trying to focus. But
hey, nothing wrong with that. Hey, I give you credit. This first time I ever heard. David said he can't have a messed up house. Well, all right. Well, like you said, you're getting focused here. Well, these guys are getting focused because they're about to do 100 laps under the lights here. Auto Club at Fontana, USA. As a pace car is pulling these guys around the track. Lights are off here. Mike Rominger out front will lead the charge here, folks. And we'll set these boys loose as that pace car is going to take that hard left turn. And you're right, John. We're about to do the boogie here tonight. Under the lights, these boys are about to hit it in all gears. Here we go. Pace cars in. And we're getting set here. Green flag is in the air. Listen to the roar of the sound of those motors. They come across the start-finish line. Mike Rominger gets a good start. Boy, that is a thunderous sound as they storm past the line. As Mike is taking off up front. Behind him, they are 2 by 2. Look at Jake trying to close the gap in, though.
And Jake's right there on his bumper. He's going to look to the inside as he's going for it right now. He's being really aggressive on this first lap after Mike Rominger got that good of a start.
Yeah, he did. Boy, Jake goes on the inside, takes the lead here. He said that's the safest place probably to be is out front. But Mike Rominger, as of right now, says, hey, not so fast there, young man. I want to bring it back to you here. I got a freaky fast Jimmy John's machine. I'll throw a few subs in your windshield as I go by. He is still nose to tail, but look who's coming in third right now. Up underneath old David Shutt back there as he takes the third spot. That's Keith Haney. Keith is not giving up. So the top 3 guys, 1, 2, and 3 as of right now. Boy, it is going to be interesting all race long.
And these guys know if they can't get ahead of Jake Nichols, then their championship's hopes are over. So they got to get ahead of him and hope for a little bit of bad luck on his end as well.
Yeah, I talked to Jake, man, before the race here. He said there's one thing he's looking for, and that is to lead the most laps and win this thing tonight. Right now, definitely out front and leading the most of it that he can.
Yeah, this Jake's starting to pull a little bit of a lead right now. I'm wondering if Mike Rominger might have heated up his tires right there, and he's starting to let him cool off and try to get another run in here.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, right now, the good battle going on back here, 7th, 8th, and 9th spot. As these guys men are stacked up. Got Ethan Kurtz, Justin Gable, Nick Hunt right there, the Kool-Aid man. He's in the mix a little bit. But you're right, up front, they're still nose to tail. Got about a 2/10 lead over Mike Rominger. Jake Nichols does. Keith Haney right there sitting in 3rd place spot. David Shutt sitting in 4th. Richie Evans sitting in 5th.
You got John Houston 6th, but the battle right now is between Delonte Ballard and Ethan Kurtz. They're side by side going down the middle of the backstretch, and they're 3 wide right behind them with Nick Hunt in the middle.
Absolutely. A 21 machine looking on the inside of Ethan Kurtz right there as they'll go door to door coming out of the turn. Oh, Ethan goes way high. He's got to be very careful because, like you just said, that car could very easily push up into that wall, and that wall don't give. It'll jump out there and bite you.
It really doesn't, and even when you start to head to that wall, there's no stopping it. You can get on the brakes as hard as you want. When it says it's going to go to the outside wall, it's going to go to the outside wall.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right there. Justin Gable, Delonte Ballard, David Shutt, all SRA, Sim Racing Authority in the house. You're right. They bring the authority. The boys unpack those machines off the haulers of the trucks, and they said, we're here for one thing only, take championship, take names, and take wins here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And they have done it. They took the championship last season. Right now looking very good as David Shuck's running 4th. Justin Gable sitting in 10th. Delonte Ballard sitting in 7th.
Yep, you're right, Joe. They have definitely made a name for themselves this season for sure. We've seen them up there battling for the win. We've got a few of them in the chase as well.
Yes, absolutely. Just to name one of them there, Delonte Ballard, the showstopper, sitting running in 7th place right now. He's 5th in the points. He definitely can make a few spots up. He's only 9 points out from 3rd place. He's only about 5 points out from 4th. So he definitely can make a few spots up.
Yeah, Joe, and that's one of the drivers, Delonte Ballard. I've been watching him all season, and I've been really impressed with his driving and his ability to get out there on the track.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about Cameron Hearn earlier on. He started 15th, currently running 9th. He's methodically working his way to the front there in that 67 machine. So slowly but surely trying. We got a car spinning.
That's Ethan Kurtz in the number 2 car.
Oh, and Mike Franklin tags him. That's 2 of the chase contenders right there. Just got involved. We were riding along with Mike Franklin. The 2 got loose in front of him. Ethan Kurtz currently 6th in the points. Mike Franklin 4th. We were just talking about Delonte Ballard having a shot to move, and that's the man he'd have to move it over is Mike Franklin. That car looks terminal right there.
Yeah, I just seen him reset it to the pits, Joe, and you hate to see that one, especially this early in the race.
Absolutely. Well, that puts us under caution for the first time here tonight. So let's see if we can't get a talk. Kind of interested to get a talk in with old Mike Rominger. Possibly can. See what he has to do here tonight to possibly run these guys down. Maybe get a championship out of it. Mike Rominger, Joe White in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Mike, I tell you what, you came in here 10 points out on the chase here for the last race before we go to Homestead. You're 10 points out, sitting in 3rd. Right now, how's that car feel, and do you got enough to pull this thing off tonight?
It feels pretty good. I don't know if I got enough for Jake, but we'll see.
Absolutely. Well, you put it on pole. You definitely got enough out there. So, what's your game plan and strategy? I mean, is anything out there you're going to try to do different?
Everything Jake don't do. Try to do something different so I can.
Absolutely. I don't want to mess you up on your pit stop here. So, good luck out there, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can get him back down there in his team speak way down on the bottom there. Alliance Racing Group, that is. He's down there with Richie Evans and Cameron Hearn, respectively. So, like what he was talking about right there, do everything that Jake doesn't do. That's a good game plan.
You know, that's what you got to do. You're in this predicament. We've seen that Jake Nichols, he's going to go out there. He's going to lead every single lap if he can. He's going to go out there. He's going to put a whooping on the field. So you got to try something different because, you know, what these drivers have been trying in the past, I mean, it sometimes worked, but most of the time it ain't working. And not to take any away from them other drivers, because we got a lot of good drivers in here, but Jake Nichols, he's just been on a tear this season.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right there. Is run the caution here for the first time tonight here. Auto Club Speedway under the lights here. Well, the man's still out front, Jake Nichols. He's got Keith Haney going to start behind him. Mike Rominger right there. So the top 3 guys, folks, well, that's how it is in the points. Jake, Keith, Mike. So that's where they're running, 1, 2, and 3. That'll be interesting. That just tells you the level of competition out here. I mean, for the top 3 guys to be running nose to tail like that here in the race.
Yep, you're right, Joe. It really does. We were talking about John T. Wimbish earlier starting 5th. I went back and looked at him. He actually missed the start of the race.
Oh, well, he's moved it back up to 11th, though.
Yeah, so that was another driver that really wanted to see that caution to get him caught back up to the field. So I don't know what happened to him there, but be interesting to see because we know he can. He's got a fast hot lap. See how he does in traffic, get back in that dirty air.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, definitely. But just be able to pace yourself, keep calm, relax, come through the field the best way you can. Maybe just fell asleep on the start. That's what it was.
Yeah, maybe he had his dishwasher running too. You never know.
Yeah, there you go. he was thinking about the house being clean. That's it. I get a trip out of that. I like that. That was pretty good. Man, gonna worry about everything. I hear you.
Yeah, but then again, you know, too, like you said, you just got to focus in on here, and especially like with these drivers going for the championship, you got to be wary on who's around you. These drivers, they've raced with each other long enough. They know who they can be around, who they can race hard, who they just need to let go. So you just got to keep that in mind. And of course, you want to go up there and you want to go to the front, but you got to stop yourself and say, hey, there's a bigger picture here. I need points, or like we got in this case, I got to go for the win.
Yep, absolutely. And that's the thing I think that, you know, Mike and Keith have to do. A win pretty much is what they're going to have to go for. Jake right now, he's already said he's definitely wanting to go for the win himself. Obviously don't want to put himself in danger of anything happening out there because it could, you know, danger lurks at every corner. Right now, though, he is out front in a safe place, but we already see these cars are very loose right now.
Very loose. It'll be, we'll have to see how this track settles in once they get some more rubber on it, see if they try to tighten up a little bit. Or, you know, we also could see if we get on a later run, see if some of these guys try to take 2 tires to see how that plays out, because if in case we have a late race restart.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, right now, though, up front, as we're getting set here to go back green flag racing, lights off on the pace car here. Jake's going to take these bad boys around here. And I always say, some bad fast drivers, some bad fast cars on a bad fast track here. Under the Lights Auto Club here, folks. Fontana. This is race number 4. And Cahill's out there giving out phone numbers. Anybody want to text him? Go ahead and give him a shout out. As here we go, Davis. As we're batting it down here, we're going to see what these guys can do on this restart. Going to be very, very interesting. As John Houston right there in that AC Delco powered Chevrolet is going to try everything he can. Pace car's coming out of turn number 4. And he's going to set these boys loose here. As it's real easy. It's going to take that left-hand turn off on the pit road. These guys, man, are going to come to life here. They're going to storm through the gears. A thunderous sound again as they come across the line. Listen to that motor storm. That is a thunderous sound right there. Huge. As Jake gets a good jump out front. Keith Haney's got his hands full with John Houston and Mike Rominger.
And Jake Nichols got a really good restart. I don't know if he caught him sleeping right there, but Keith Haney, that number 7's got his work cut out for him now.
Yes, he does. Oh, let's see if Keith Haney can actually run him down. Be very interesting. They fan out too wide the backside. You got Mike Rominger going door to door with the 88. Richie Evans right there behind him. He's going side to side with the 21 of Delonte Ballard. They get that settled out there as they go single file. But on the high side up there, look at the man up there on the high side, the Chick-fil-A machine. He's coming up there. That's Ryan Keith.
Yeah, because we got him right here. He's going on that high side. He's trying to get a run on the 21 of Delonte Ballard. He can't seem to clear the 67 of Cameron Hearn. That's another guy we were talking about that came from the back of the pack. He's trying to make his way to the front.
Absolutely, right there. It's a door-to-door 21 and the 3, but behind him was talking about the 28, and you're talking about the 67 of Cameron Hearn. He is trying to push that car to the front. Count out that 21 at Delonte Ballard. Call him the showstopper. The man will come out here and stop this show. He's definitely showing off right now in the slam machine. And the only thing he's out there slamming is his gears and that pedal to the floor and making all 8 of them cylinders up underneath that hood sing as of right now.
Joe, in the number 7 of Keith Haney, he got loose going into 3 and 4, and that cost him a lot of time. He was lucky to save onto that thing, and he's back in the 11th or 12th position right now.
Yeah, he has lost a lot of ground right there to the leaders, man. Almost disastrous for the man coming in second to points here. Keith Haney, as he falls back to 8th place. You got to hate that on it, but he's got plenty of time. Only lap 14 here. Sell it back in. This might be what we're seeing here, though, Davis, is these guys up here Got some very, very ill handling cars.
Yeah, but lucky for Keitany, he was able to hold on to it. But you'd rather that happen to him now, because now he knows what to look out for on the next few runs. He knows what not to do to get up there near Jake Nichols.
Absolutely. What's going on, Gator? How you doing? I know it's Dwayne out there, man. How are you? I tell you what, you're right. The Superman out front, Jake Nichols. He is saying the one thing I want to do, and that's win a title. I want to win here. I want to win again. I lost by 1 point last season. He won the championship before, and as of right now, he lost by 1. This is what he's got to do. Stay out front, but he's got a man in second place that knows how to get it done, and that's Mike Rominger, Mr. Extreme himself. Now, right now, he's got his hands full with the 88 of John Houston, who says, look, well, fellas, I got nothing to lose, and I'm going to try to bring this thing to the front.
Yep, you're right. And the 88 of John Houston, he's more on the aggressive side, but he can definitely wheel that thing around, and he'll, I wouldn't be surprised if he can get up there and battle for the win once this night is over.
Yeah, absolutely. If you just don't overdrive the car, be very, very patient doing it. As of right now, Delonte Ballard still sitting in 4th. John Houston there in 3rd. Behind him, a good battle. We got Cameron Hearn, who is making waves and moving. He started 15th, currently sitting in 5th. That guy, man, is coming through the front. Even my bird agrees on the situation.
So, when did you get a bird?
I've had a bird.
Oh, how did you know that?
Yeah, he just usually, here lately, he's getting excited. I guess he's pumped up for the chase, too.
He is. He knows these guys are wheeling and dealing around this track.
Absolutely. As I start talking, he wants to talk too. He says, hello, world. How are you? It's like John coming in the chat. Hello, world. But right now, we're here under the lights at Auto Club. Definitely looking good. Cameron Hearn is a man on the move. And not in the chase, unfortunately. That's just something on his end. But he definitely could come out of here with a win.
Yep, you're right, Joe. And as I'm watching right here, the number 7, Keitany, was all over the 3's bumper. It looked like they were bump drafting at Talladega for a second.
Yep, Keitany is another one. He's going to try to methodically move that machine back up to the front. We'll do there, Gator. We'll get him up here if there's another caution. Hopefully the thing goes green the entire way. We'll definitely get him up here in the booth and talk with him.
Yeah, they're single file right now. They're just knocking down some laps, seeing what the car does once you get those tires heated up, and see where they can push it and where they can't push it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you got your refreshments, Cahill?
Yeah, but they're still battling around here. Jake Nichols got about a 1 second lead over Mike Rominger, but John Houston at 88, he's still on number 4 of Mike Rominger's bumpers. There's about a 1/10 of a second separating them right now. And still, these guys are still fanned out, like I was saying before. They're just seeing where they can put the cars, see where they can't, using the draft a little bit right here to try to just tick down the laps and try to get to the finish. And we still got them battling right here. Got John Houston still trying to get up to the 4th. Looks like they've tried to separate a little bit. The tires might have been wearing down just a little bit.
Yeah, John T. Wimmis right there. You know, he came in here, he started 5th, but he missed the start of the race here, so he definitely, man, is going to be trying to come up through the field. Currently running 11th spot, so it's going to be interesting to see what he can do.
Oh, Joe, we got him in the wall off of turn 2 right now. We got one spinning. Can't see who that is. I think it's David Shutt, the number 19. Car didn't get any damage, but the 19's all tore up. Try to pull up Richie Evans' car right here, see if he's got any damage. No, he doesn't got any damage, but he just got loose right there. Like I was saying before, if you hit that corner wrong or if you get on that apron, it'll mess you up and it'll send you around. And that's what we just seen right there. It looks like Joe, he just lost connection right here. So I'm gonna keep y'all updated with some audio, and he'll be back in a few minutes, try to get things straightened out. But they're under caution right now, so we're not missing much. I'm looking at the 19's car. Yeah, he's got quite a bit of right side damage. That's definitely going to slow him down. But that's going to give these drivers a break, go into the pit road, get 4 tires, get some fuel, and it's going to get this group all together. We're going to have another restart here in about 4 laps. It looks like we got Nick Hunt. He stayed out. He might be just getting that points for leading the lap. We'll probably see him go in next time around. Got Jake Nichols coming out right now. He's going to lead the race off pit road with John Houston right behind him. Looks like he beat out the number 4 of Mike Rominger, so I wonder what went on there. Man, it just looked like he just had a slow pit stop. Really, he didn't do anything wrong. He got into his pit box fine and left it fine. Just looks like John Houston had a better pit stop.
Yeah, logging back in, folks. Man, just give me 1 second. A little technical difficulty there. Sorry about that, but we definitely will be running caution. So, 1 second. We'll be right back here in just a few, just about a half minute.
We still got Nick Hunt staying out right now. I'm trying to, let me see here. Oh, nope. He went down pit road. He just wanted to get that bonus point for leading the lap. But every point matters. Especially last season, what we've seen the championship separate about 1 point.
Okay, well, we're back here live. Sorry about that, folks. Hey, just some things you just can't control. Technical difficulties, rain, Mother Nature, but we're back. All right, good deal. I appreciate Davis keeping you all up to date here. Under caution here again. So, yeah, well, yeah, it happens. We'll make sure you don't miss too much of the action here.
Oh yeah, we're still under caution right now, so y'all didn't miss much.
Yeah, under caution. Like I said, Davis keep y'all up to date there. I'll see if the lights off on the pace car. I know I was talking about Dwayne out there wanted to see if we couldn't get Jake up in the booth. I was going to try to, and then unfortunately what happened there. So probably the lights off on the pace car. We'll get them next time though, definitely.
As we're only they're crossing lap 25 right now, so we're only 25% of this race is over. So we still got quite a bit of ways to go. So these drivers are still gonna have to keep their cool and keep their composure because there's a long way to go.
I'll tell you what, 10-4. Hey, that's right. Yeah, no problem out there. Like I say, it is what it is on some of those technical things, man. Some things we can't control, some things you can. As looks like we're going to get set here to go back green flag. Davis, it has been a good race so far, though, and the chase contenders have stayed up front. Looks like Keith Haney's been able to battle himself back up to 6th.
Yeah, he has after he had that little mishap, and he wanted to see that caution for sure. It's going to get him caught up here. We're going to see him come through the field. I'd like to see if he's going to be aggressive or he's just going to take it easy.
Absolutely. That's right. We're here live under the lights. Auto Club Speedway, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. So these boys are about to do battle here. As the pace car is going to set them off here. Jake Nichols, the man out front. We call him the Superman. He's got John Houston on the outside. Watch out for that man there in the 88. Got nothing to lose. He's looking for a win here before the season's over. Definitely in good shape right there. Pace car is off. Here we go. These boys are revving up through the motors. It's getting ready to go. Hammer time here, so to speak. As you hear the roar, the sound, Jake gets a good jump along with Mike Rominger right there as they go off to the side. Look at old Cameron Hearn, though.
Yeah, they're 2x2 going into the corner, Joe, and man, you got to give it to Jake Nichols. I was watching the 88 of John Houston trying to jump that start, but Jake Nichols still got a very good jump.
Yes, he did. The man out front definitely controlling this field. That 73, the battles behind him. The 88 trying to storm on the outside of the 4 right there. Mike Rominger holding on the inside. Cameron Hearn, he is still there. 2x2, stacked up double time right there. And it is a dogfight amongst all 5 of those machines. Actually, about 6 of them right there coming into the mix.
You got Keith Haney in the number 7. He's on the bottom side. He's going to go by the 21 of Delonte Ballard. He's going to try to get a run on the 67 of Cameron Hearn. That was another guy we said to keep an eye on. Came from the back, and now got him. He's in 4th place trying to battle for that 3rd position.
Absolutely power move by the Ford machine as he takes it on the inside of the 88, and the 88's got his hands full with the 67 to Cameron Hearn. But hey, look there, John Houston says, not so fast, Mr. Extreme. I'm coming on the inside, and look at this 3 wide coming out of the turn.
88 tried to get that bottom, and he just overdrove it just a bit and left that middle open for the 67, and he took it.
Absolutely did right there. Gave Mike Rominger the run he needed to get out front. Still, the 88 held on a little bit. He's got his hands full, though, with Delonte Ballard, the showstopper. Don't count him out. He's definitely looking to try to make waves. But Cameron Hearn, a man on the move, won last night in the Xfinity Series in a thrilling fashion. And right now tonight says, hey, maybe can I make it 2 for 2 in a week here? Xfinity and Cup.
You know, that's going to be a pain to keep an eye on. He might be, because we've seen an amazing finish last night. We're looking to see another one tonight.
Absolutely. Lap 28 here of 100. And Cameron Hearn still sitting right there in 3rd. Delonte Ballard in 4th. Behind him, though, you got John Houston and Keith Haney, respectively, right there. And Justin Gable came in here tonight. Definitely he's bringing the SRA colors along with him. And look who's moved it up into 8th spot. Don't count that man out right there. John T. Wimmis in the top 10. Now, just give you a little insight on John right there. He's got a good teacher, and that teacher's leading out front right now.
Oh, yeah, he is. And, you know, Michigan is one of John T. Wimmis' favorite tracks. He taught me a lot there when I did my Xfinity racing. This track's a lot like Michigan. So we've seen him miss the start earlier, but he's taking his time, keeping his nose clean, and I guarantee you he's going to be in the top come the end of the night. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, right now, let's do this if we possibly can. They're all fanned out a little bit. Let's do our OSR Network rundown order here, give you an idea of what these guys and their paint jobs, because out front, that man right there, we call him the Superman here at Extreme. The number 73, Jake Nichols, out front, looking to try to win another championship or go into Homestead with a good margin here. Right now, that's what he needs, is the out front leading in that machine. But in second, that's Mr. Extreme himself. And at number 4 right there, the freaky fast Jimmy John's machine of Mike Rominger, currently running in 2nd place. Right behind him, Cameron Hearn's making headways. He's up in the 3rd. Look at that, the showstopper, Delonte Ballard sitting in the 4th with a slam machine. That's the Twitch.tv TV slam machine there. Check them out. And you got the AC Delco, John Houston sitting in the 5th place spot, but he's got Keith Haney breathing down his back door, sitting in 6th right now. And in 7th, you got Justin Gable running the SRA flag here tonight, running in 7th spot. Behind him, John T. Wimbus. We spoke of him a little bit earlier. He definitely methodically and slowly bringing that autosbynelson.com to the front. He's currently in 8th place right now. And sitting in the 9th place, we got the Goodwrench Chevrolet Service Machine sitting in 9th. That's Richie Evans. Right behind him, the Kool-Aid Man, Nick Hunt, the 00, one hair flying out to win. He's sitting in the top 10 right now, looking good. Behind him, David Chuck, calling the Nightmare here at Extreme at that Duralast GT, number 19, sitting in 11th spot. And behind him, James Thorndike in the 59, 12th. And so 13th, David Ellett, man's got the Texas Roadhouse, giving steaks and grilling everything out here under the lights. David Ellett almost pulled that win off last night, sitting in the 13th spot. And 14th right now, the throwback scheme there. Got Daniel Haney. He's got that 81 machine looking good in the 14th spot. 15th, Ethan Kurtz. He's got that keepbanging.com machine, and he's going to keep on doing what he's got to do. Currently running in the 15th spot, and that's going to round out our whole order right here tonight, folks, as it looks like Mike Franklin, he is retired early on in, and it takes us back to the front. Nice looking paint job, some throwback schemes there, as we got a battle for 2nd place right now.
So I've been watching this battle. They've been running side by side each other. The 21 just gets right on the quarter panel of the 4, and they are not giving an inch right now. But the 67 of Cameron Hearn was able to just needle his way through there and took both of those spots.
Absolutely. Right now, the Cameron Hearn is a man on a mission. Can he run now? Look at his lap times. Not quite as fast as what Jake was the last time. I mean, Jake's putting them up, throwing them down. We'll see what they look like when they cross the line here. But Cameron's been able to come all the way from the 15th spot and come respectively to 2nd right now, bringing Delonte Ballard the showstopper now. Like we said, Delonte's only 9 points off of Mike Rominger. He's 5 points out of Mike Franklin, which Mike Franklin, unfortunately, with a mishap earlier on, just unset of circumstances right there for him. So definitely Delonte is going to move up one position. If it ended right now, he would move up in the 4th in the points going into the last race of the chase here, which is in another 2 weeks. So we talked about times. Cameron Hearn right now is the fastest man on the track.
Yeah, Joe, but I want to give the audience just understand how good Jake Nichols is. I've been watching him all night. He keeps that lead to about 0.7 of a second. He doesn't try to go over. He doesn't try to go behind. And he just keeps his tires cool, keep him in better shape than the people behind him. But, man, that guy knows how to get a lead.
Well, and that's the thing, too. Well, you just spoke on it right there, Davis, and we'll touch on that here. Once you get a lead, and that's the one thing that you do as a leader, as anything in racing, is once you get out there, understand that people sometimes say, well, the guy behind him catching him. Well, if you've got a second and a half lead, you can afford to give up several tenths and whatnot, as long as you can maintain those tenths and get them back. And like you said, Jake is one of the best out there at doing it, not taking anything away from any of the other drivers out here that might get up front, but that is just textbook racing and consistency right there.
And even if Cameron Hearn is able to get to his bumper, I guarantee you he's using all 4 of his tires right now. And once he gets to his bumper, it gets a little close, Jake Nichols is just going to take off.
Absolutely. Well, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, now I have seen sometimes Jake fall off on longer runs. It's interesting to see, like he said, like with Texas he talked about. He was having a little bit of trouble there, and he said it took him the whole entire race to finally figure out what he needed to do. So, I mean, I have seen guys run him down, but I have seen exactly what you're talking about. Him getting the lead, maintain it, let off of it, because he's one of the best out there as far as saving fuel, saving tires, just being smooth. I'm going to tell you, I wish I could read his textbook that good. He's told me time and time again, I just can't duplicate it.
The guy knows what he's doing, that's for sure. And that's why you see him out here with the points lead and leading this race. But it's going to be really interesting just to see if Cameron Hearn gets up to him and what happens to Jake Nichols. Is he going to take off, or what's going on here?
Well, the thing about it is, you got to look. Cameron Hearn has nothing to lose. It's all about a win for him. Jake, in the long run, the big picture of schemes, remember when he battled with Blake Reynolds earlier on a couple races ago? You know, he probably could have pushed that issue, but he opted not to because he understands championship is the big thing.
Yep, you're right, Joe, and he's got it down to about 0.4 of a second right now. But like I said, I think Cameron Hearn's just using way too much of his car, and I think the number 73, Jake Nichols, has just got it on cruise control.
He does. He's definitely got on cruise control. Nobody has pitted yet, so it's definitely going to be interesting. As well, excuse me, he has pitted. My chart thing is not going to tell the pit stops right now since the crash on the end here. But he's definitely, everybody's had one pit stop at least here. Don't know how many Cameron Hearns actually took, if he's took an extra one, because he's definitely running him down. He's about a 10th faster than Jake is right now.
Yeah, but he's about to be on his bumper right here.
Yes, he is. It's going to be interesting. Not only that, but notice something else. Delonte Ballard and company is also running down Jake.
You know, he might be saving fuel too. You never know. I mean, yeah, we're early in this race, lap 41, but you know, maybe Jake Nichols thinks this thing's going to go green. He said, hey, I don't have enough fuel to make it. If I save enough fuel, I can only make it on one more stop.
Yep, absolutely. He understands that, you know, he doesn't have to particularly come in here win this race. Doesn't really have to finish, you know, that far up. Just as long as he finishes in front of Mike and Keith. And he definitely sitting pretty good going into the last race.
Yep, and Cameron Hearn right on his back bumper right here. Going to be interesting to see if he tries to take it on the inside as they come down the tri-oval.
Yes, it does. So we'll see if that 67 dives on the inside. He's peeking down there a little bit. Let's see if he'll take that move going on the inside, going into turn number 1. He's right there on the back deck lid there, the 73. It'll be interesting to see if Jake's going to try to hold him up or just say, look, go ahead, my friend. You're a lot faster. Don't want to tear this car up, because that's the last thing that Jake wants to see happen. Get into a wreck.
Yeah, that's one thing he doesn't want to see, and we touched on it earlier. Just one bad race, his championship hopes can go up in flames.
Absolutely, especially as well as Keith and Mike Rominger's running here tonight. But right now, Cameron Hearn all over the back end there, just clawing his way. He looks on the inside. Is he going to be able to get it done? Well, he peeked down there just for a second. Couldn't get it done at that end. Still back there. Now, this is an intimidation factor for Jake. And now, understand, he's a pro driver. He should be able to take this. But at some point, he's going to be like, look, is it worth me sitting out here? Because if I accidentally slip, that could send that 67 right into me and spin me out. Not intentionally, but just an accident.
Well, you see the 67 get a heck of a run going in the middle of the corner. He's going to take the outside of the 73 of Jake Nichols, and they're side by side coming to the line.
Yes, they are. He's going to try that high line and see if that thing can actually give him the run he needs. Right now, they'll go door to door into turn number 1, and behind them, Mike Rominger will go door to door. But look at Jake Nichols power that thing. So it looks like Cameron Hearn is trying everything he can. Jake is actually fighting pretty hard up front, a lot harder than I would have thought he would have.
Yeah, I was just about to touch on that. I really just expected Jake Nichols to just let him go by, but he's not letting that lead go by very easily.
Absolutely not. Right now, putting on a good fight. The thing about it is, though, like we just touched on, if as close as the 67 is, it wouldn't be no fault of his. You know, obviously, if Jake just, you know, stumbled going into the turn, it just wouldn't take but a little bit of a bump, so to speak. We've heard the bump and run, wouldn't take much, and it could obviously, you know, send Jake into a spin. You know, that's happened, you know, and that's the chance you take running that close.
Yep, and I mean, maybe Jake Nichols is playing mind games too, making the 67 use up all his stuff as well.
Well, right now the 67 looks like he's pretty content. He's running into tire tracks there, Jake, so definitely is very interesting. It's making Jake use his car hard, but now he looks on the inside. Let's see if he can get this pass done going on the inside. Another man on the move back there in the 5th spot, Keith Haney. Saw him coming up through there.
Yep, and he's caught up with that pack. He got the 67. He's on the bottom right now. Looks like he's going to clear him. Jake gets a little bit of a run in the middle, and yeah, Cameron Hearn's going to clear him. He's going to take the lead.
Yeah, he is. Leader. Wow, took the lead, took it with ease too there, Davis. I'm taking what they're doing. But hey, my hat's off there to Jake. He gave a fight for a long time.
He really did. I really wasn't expecting to see that. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing go green. Only had 2 cautions last night in that race, so it went very, very good. I thought it might have been 2 or 3 cautions, but one of the cautions was right there at the very, very end of it, which actually put it with a 1-lap shootout. So we went most of the race under green, and right now most of this one's in the green. But you look, Delonte Ballard's running down Jake. Here's the thing I'm starting to see. Maybe it's going to take till the end of the race for Jake to figure this track out here, because right now looks like he's got a good short run car, but as the long run goes, maybe that thing's starting to fall off a little bit.
It could be, but then again, he could be saving fuel. You just have to see how it plays out, but we'll definitely know here if, looks like the 67 of Cameron Hurd might have missed that. Jake Nichols is going to go to the inside and retake that lead.
Yeah, he is. I don't know if he got into the wall or not, if he just went high and just went up there. It looks like he might have pushed up just a little bit, and he's going to have to give way there to Delonte Ballard, step back in. I don't see any damage. Oh, no, he got loose coming out of the turn.
Yeah, he did. I just rewinded it, and he definitely got loose. And that's going to kill him. Wow, that's taking him all the way back to the 7-6 position.
Yeah, it is. That's another thing that you have to think about. I got a feeling that these tires, but look at the man coming back to the front. Now, we didn't really talk about this much and hadn't really said much about it. Keith Haney is another one that I have been watching the last couple weeks here. Folks, I'm going to tell you, when it comes to long green flag runs, do not count that cat out, because he knows how to save tires and knows how to drive that thing long green flag. And right now, he's setting some bad fast times out there.
Yeah, but that's what separates the boys from the men out here. It's those long runs. You can tell who's the cream rises to the top, as they say, on these longer runs.
Absolutely. Yeah, Justin Gable out there, man, jumping in the SRA colors. He's right there in the 4th place spot. Look at him go. He is out there shadowing the back end there of Keith Haney, looking very good. That's right, the showstopper, Delonte Ballard, in 2nd. Got SRA, Sim Racing Authority. These guys definitely do it in authority. Look at Keith Haney. Boy, he moved up there, gave a little love tap to the 21, said, "Hey, Mr. Showstopper, my name is Keith. How you doing?"
He really did. And they're being aggressive, and I want the crowd to look at this. We're 25 laps into a green flag run, and you can put a blanket over the top 7 cars right here.
Absolutely. That is awesome right there. Within, it's not even a second, man, separating the top 6 here as these guys are going for it. They understand. Some of them in there for the chase. Some of them are just in there for the glory. Who knows? Hey, it's all about that. ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Right now, these guys are nose to tail. Jake definitely understands. I believe, just thought right out here, Davis, I believe that Jake would love to see another caution late in this race.
I think he would too, because this is the last spot he wants to be in right now. With the 21 of Delonte Ballard takes it on the inside, and Jake Nichols doesn't want to get back in the middle of this pack. That's where trouble happens.
Absolutely. Well, he's now got his hands full because he's got the 67, or excuse me, he's got the number 7 machine right there all over him. Delonte Ballard takes it to the point here. The showstopper says, "I'm about to put this show on hold here and show you how it's done." He came in here 5th in points. He could actually come out of here. Well, it depends on Mike, if Mike Rominger actually, as of right now, though. I mean, let me just say this. As of right now, Delonte Ballard could up jump Mike Rominger and sit 3rd in the points.
Wow, that good for him, Delonte Ballard. Like I said, I've been watching him all season, and man, the guy knows how to wheel a car.
Absolutely, definitely runs the SRA colors out there, brings it out here. Got Slam Twitch machine going on. Definitely check that out. It's called Slam on twitch.tv/Slam. Check him out, God, man. If you love drumming, God, man knows how, man, to drum. Right now, the thing about it is Keith Haney's giving Jake Nichols all he can handle on that Haney boy machine. Boy, did you ever think that a guy like Keith Haney would show up here at Extreme Motorsports and run down a man named the 73, the Superman of Jake Nichols?
Hey, well, he's out here. He's showing the guys that, hey, he's just not here for, he's out here to win a championship. And it looks like we got green flag pit stops. Cameron Hearn just went down pit road.
Yeah, it is. Here's the thing. When are these guys going to come in? Right now, I think all 3 of these guys come in at the same time. It'll be interesting to see, though. We've seen here Jake's just not had the car at the last part here of the run. I mean, these guys now are just picking him up and taking him apart. I mean, they're tugging on the cape of him and putting him in the backside. Now, I don't know if he's saving some for later, trying to figure something out for the end of this race. We'll have to see here. But as of right now, yeah, Jake is falling back a little bit as Delonte up front. Keith Haney, well, here comes Delonte and Jake. That's going to leave Keith Haney out there. Now, Keith has done this many times. Stayed out and pulled it off.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can hurt you, sometimes it can help you. But you see right now, the 88 of John Houston, look how much faster he is on fresher tires. And now Jake Nichols, he's going to have those fresher tires too, and he's going to be way faster than the leader.
Yep, well, I'm looking at the time there. John Houston ran a 38.4, and Keith Haney ran a 39.7 as we're watching pit road here. Jake Nichols and Delonte Ballard both making their pit stops, both taking 4 tires. I got a feeling that, do you think that they can make it the whole entire way?
As they're coming in, we see Keith Haney coming in right now, Joe, but I don't think so. I don't think there's any way.
Don't think so? Okay, all right. Well, that would be a stretch. You're talking about what, 44, 45 laps?
Yeah, they just did right there. Keith Haney just came in. That right there was a 30-lap run, 31-lap run.
Well, my next question is then, if they do make a next green flag pit stop, who takes the gamble for 2 tires?
Unless you get a late race caution with about 4 or 5 laps to go, I don't think you take 2 tires here.
Okay, all right, good deal. Well, you know, it's always good to get a driver's perspective here. Now my next thing's going to be interesting. Jake sitting on those 4 tires, Delonte sitting on 4. Delonte got a little bit of a head start on him right there. It'll be interesting to see how Jake does this run. He understands he's going to have to make another pit stop. So it's going to be interesting to see just how much time he can pull here as when everything crosses the line and gets figured out. We're definitely going to see what the times are between those two as far as speed goes. I'm interested to see what Jake is doing early on, as opposed, we saw what happened on the last one as it got to the end. It's kind of, they were running him down.
Yeah, they were, and once this thing settles out with this green flag run, Cameron Hearn's going to be in the lead. We're just going to see how far he's in the lead right now, because the 21 of Delonte Ballard's about a 7/10 second behind him.
Yep. Well, you're right, John. 38.5 is very fast, but you got to understand something. These guys out here, and I say it week in and week out, and I mean nothing against anyone else, but these are some of the best. I mean, we have some pro-style drivers here in iRacing. So when I say some of the best, these are some of the best of the best. To come out here and compete on this level, I can't do it. I'll just go ahead, throw my modest out the window there, or be modest about it, or whatever you want to call it. I can't do it. I don't have the skill level. Anybody that can come out here and race with a lot of these guys and be very competitive with them, my hat's off to them.
It really is. I went out here and raced with these guys earlier in the season, and I had a huge grin on my face just to finish in the top 15. That's how competitive it is out here. Even in the Xfinity Series, I expected to come here. This is my first season, the Xfinity Series. I expected to come in here finishing top 5, top 10s all season. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, it's definitely been stacked to the house here with talent and whatnot. Even the Truck Series on the way back is definitely good. Gotta love it here. We got one more race here. We crown a champ. Right now, Jake Nichols is trying to do everything he can. Folks, we're cycling through some green flag pit stops. That's why you kind of see the running order like it is. James Thorndike right up front was actually just cycled through. And John Houston is the man up point there with Mike Rominger sitting in second. You got Cameron Hearn sitting there in third. Delonte Ballard back and forth. Jake Nichols sitting there in the 5th spot. Interesting, though, I was watching the lap times there. Jake ran a 38.670. Delonte ran a 38.673. That's only 3 thousandths difference. So their times competitive with each other. But guess who's running the fastest on the track? It's the man behind him, and that number 7.
And I was watching him. He had some traffic to deal with right there. And so this time's going to be a little slower, but that time before he ran at 38.5.
Wow. Keith Haney is not going to give up. He understands. I just got to keep him in a... Even if he just one place ahead of Jake, that's one more or a couple more points there that he definitely could get closer. I mean, anything can happen. He come in 8 points behind, so definitely if he gets a little closer. So it'll be interesting to see.
It It really will be, but the thing you got to keep in mind too is I think Jake Nichols is probably going to come out of here with that bonus point for leading the most laps.
Yes.
So I don't know what the difference is between first and second place in the points.
8 points.
Well, I mean, in the finishing of a race.
Well, it's 1 point for each position. Obviously, you get a bonus point for leading. Bonus points. Now, I believe, and I'll hold me to this one. I believe if there's no incidents, maybe if Ken or somebody out there on the admin's listening. I think for no instance, we're not getting in a wreck. Okay, I'll get it out. You get a bonus point for that, I believe. I know it's for the most laps, and for leading a lap, you get a bonus point. I do know that. I think it is for 0 incidents. You do get a bonus point. So, and definitely both of them, if they keep clean like they are, should be okay on that end. Obviously, they both have led laps, so that's another thing to keep in mind. Jake has definitely led the most. So if, let's say, Keith finishes in one position, well, they're going to be sitting, what, that should total that up. Should be tied still. 8 points going in.
Yeah, so Keith Haney's really going to want to finish 2 spots ahead of him.
Yep, absolutely. To make up any ground as of right now, and it's all possible as of right now, he is definitely a lot faster than Jake and only about, I'm going to say, a little over a second behind him. The biggest thing is Jake's going to have to deal with, Jake's not as fast as Delonte. Delonte right now really is putting down some bad fast times. John Houston up front yet to make his pit stop here. And getting clarification out there. Yes, Joe, bonus point for clean race without, yep, I know on that one. I'm just not 100% sure on the bonus point for, so there is, okay, so there's a bonus. You do get a bonus point for being 0 clean. You do get a bonus point for leading, and you get a bonus point for leading the most. So there you go. You possibly could get 3 bonus points there, Davis, coming out of here, which Jake would probably, if it sits right now, would get. And Keith would right now be sitting, he's obviously got the 1 and the 2. So if it sit right now, it'd be a 10-point difference between the two. If my calculations are right, and that's my redneck math talking to me right there, okay?
and Joe, I don't know if you know, but is John Houston, has he not went in since we had that caution?
I believe he has not. You know what? He is he's not got the pace out there. He's running, well, as I say that, not have the pace, but he's running pretty comparable to Cameron Hearn and Delonte. I mean, he's running 39.1. He ran a 38.9 the last time prior, so he's not that far off. You know what? I don't know if he pitted early, maybe short pitted on what those other guys did, or what.
I'm really interested to see, because if he hasn't pitted and he's stayed out since lap 25, then these guys can definitely go the rest of the way without making another pit stop.
Well, to be interesting, I think he short pitted. I believe he did.
Okay, and we see Cameron Hearn right now, he's about a 0.5 of a second right behind him, but Delonte Ballard's breathing down his neck.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right, John. Amazing to see 3,400-pound monster machines do the speed they do. This track, it's not like a super speedway, but it definitely brings speed like it is. I mean, you're running down the straightaway. The draft can pull you over 200 mile an hour, and you got to step it back down to the 180s and whatnot. So, and it's always, you got a lot more power into the hood of these machines too. So definitely, Jake Nichols right now, tad bit faster. Well, I was going to say a tad bit faster than Delonte, but Delonte's moved around old Mike Rominger, so he's ran him down. I got a feeling, I think the top 3, Davis, they short pitted beyond what Delonte, Jake, and Keith did. I mean, the man on the move right now is Keith Haney. He's been able to move that down, and he's running down Jake Nichols, trying to pull the draft, because we got a good battle going on up front.
Yeah, you got Delonte Ballard going on the inside. He makes the pass on the 67 of Cameron Hearn, and he's going to be looking to pass the 88 of John Houston right here on the exit, and it's where they got to be careful. They're 3 wide, Joe.
Yeah, they are 3 wide coming to the line. Got to be careful. Wow, that would have been a heck of a finish, because Cameron Hearn in the middle of that mix right there. John Houston on the top side, but Delonte Ballard's, hey, living up to his name of the showstopper, coming out here, man, and showing off what he's doing. Also, he's bringing the slam machine. He brought it to the front here, folks. He's bringing SRA power. Don't count out the 67. Cameron Hearn, though, he's on the inside. He's got his paint mobile. He said, look, I'll give that thing another color if you want me to, black and white, if I get up there and put my wheels up to the side of you. These guys are battling it out.
Man, this is an awesome race. I just want to let the audience know to look at this. We've had, what, it's been a 40-lap run. They've already made a pit stop, and look, we still got them nose to tail.
Absolutely, definitely. I mean, that is the top 5, 6 guys right there. Well, you're back to the top 5 under a second. Keith Haney's coming in that mix, too. Don't count him out. You see him right there storming down the backstretch. But up front, Delonte Ballard says, I got nothing to lose. Come in 5th in the points here right now. As of right now, he's going to move to 4th in the points. But he actually could come out of here chomping at the bit. Oh, John Houston going into the pit, almost clipped Jake Nichols right there. Jake had to make it a little evasive action. Wasn't no fault of anybody right there. Just one of those. John was coming in the pits. Jake had to check up a little bit.
So right now we got 30 laps to go, so we're going to see how that plays out with John Houston. Hey, you know, he's on a different strategy. It's interesting to see how that plays out. Hey, he might be able to steal one here.
Absolutely. Delonte definitely up front. Cameron Hearns right there in the second. And you're right, might be able to steal one because he was bad fast up front there. He's only going to have, coming out of here, what, 30-some laps? Maybe, well, a little less than 30 laps to get it done. These guys definitely going to have to make another pit. It's going to be very interesting to see. Obviously, we could throw our paperwork out the window if a caution came out.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. But I'm kind of hoping this thing goes green because I'm interested to see all the different strategies, how they play out, and what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I definitely want to too, because here's the one person I'm watching if it goes green. That man in the 7 machine. His last lap time was 2/10 faster than the guys up front. He is bringing that 7 Haney boy machine to the front and the front to an early. I mean, who knew? I mean, I didn't know Keith Haney. Hadn't heard of him. Came over to Extreme. Boom. Guess what? Now he's up here. This guy might be able to set history and win 2 championships. It's not out of the works yet, folks. I mean, it's not a done deal for Jake. That number 7's definitely trying to run down the 73.
Yes, he was about a 1.5 seconds behind the 4 micrometer a couple laps ago, and then I looked over and he was right on the 4 micrometer. He's being able to make that pass, and he's coming after the 73 at Jake Nichols right now.
Yes, sir, he is. He is definitely running down, going to try to tug on the cape. Because this time around, Delonte Ballard's the man out front. And even Cameron Hearn has been able to maintain fast. Jake's just not got out the speed that he had at the beginning of the race. Looks like he picked it up just a little bit right there. Still only about 0.02 of a second separate him and Delonte. Delonte's found something. Now, just give you a little bit of backstory on that here real quick, Davis, and everybody out there that's watching. Delonte has run with Jake, so they know each other very, very well. So that's it's no surprise here between those two as far as the performance of that 21 machine up front. It's just interesting to see. You know, it'd been interesting if he wouldn't have had a couple bad races, how it would have panned out coming here at the end. But Keith Haney, now, as far as my knowledge goes, Keith hasn't run with any of them.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. And it's just been amazing what he's been able to do. And if the audience right now, if you aren't excited about this race has had everything. Close racing, strategy. I mean, I'm in disbelief of how good this race is right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You're definitely right. I mean, it's had some hard fought. We've got a lot of strategy going on. Long green flag runs right now. That man right there in the slam machine out front is Cameron Hearn. Finally, he's going to give it up. Come into the pits here, get his 4 tires. Maybe say, look, I got 25 laps. If I can get out here and run this thing down. Now, he had a good, he was able to maintain speed there at the end of it. So it might be interesting to see. A short pit here might be something in the back of these guys' mind to think about as look at the battle coming on here for the second place, though.
I'm telling you, if Keith Haney wants a shot at beating Jake Nichols, he's got to pit right now. He's got to pit earlier than Jake Nichols. Yeah, he was able to knock him down and catch up to him, but look how long it took him. We've only got 24, 25 laps. You see Jake Nichols pitting right now. Yep,
Jake is coming into the pits right now. Going to be very interesting to see. I just think Keith, man, is probably going to run this thing out as far as he possibly can. His times have not dropped off much from what anything is. I got a feeling, though, Cameron Hearn kind of threw the nail out there for Jake to pit early here. Very interesting to see Jake do that. I know he's mentioned before that a lot of times he's been beat by pit strategy, so I'd like to see how this pans out.
Yeah, we will, and I really don't think we're going to get a caution here, Joe. I think this thing is going to go green. You see, Keith. Go ahead.
Oh, no, well, I mean, I'm agree with you. You're right.
Yeah, we got Keith Haney and Delonte Ballard going down pit road right now, along with Mike Rominger.
Yeah, let's go on pit road here and watch his pit stops because this is a busy place right now. You're right. We got Delonte Ballard, Keith Haney, just to name a few out there. Looks like Ethan Kurtz is bringing it down here. So definitely a bad fuss. Hey, what's going on out there? I'm going to say a constant Mountain Dew drinker or constant Dew drinker. So I guess that's Mountain Dew. What's going on? Oh, that is called a field of view. That is actually an effect from the camera that you're seeing. That's nothing that I'm doing. That's actually the effect from the actual cameras. You're talking about in the long distance when it blurs and comes in. They call that a depth of field. Don't ask me. I didn't make the camera packs, but it's an effect that you can actually turn it on, turn it off. I can turn it off. I can't turn it off right now, but that is an effect that you're seeing. That I just noticed that you asked that question. Anybody familiar with iRacing and the replay stuff know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, Joe. I hear you on that one.
Oh, okay, cool, Devin. Yeah, Devin, well, if you're familiar, then yeah, you'll know what it is. In the replay option, it's called depth of field. Whoever made these camera angles definitely made it as it's kind of a, I guess it's kind of to bring the camera into focus as the car comes in. I guess that's kind of what it's doing, Davis.
Oh yeah.
I guess that's maybe the effect that he's looking for. Either way, that's what he said running it. I can tell it too out there. Kind of cool effect because it looks like it only happens when you go around certain shots at one time.
Yeah, and it looks like right now we got David Elliott. He's in the lead, and then Cameron Hearn. David Elliott hasn't pitted yet, so we got Cameron Hearn leading the pack of the cars that have pitted.
Well, you know, David Elliott last night tried to steal the show, and just about did. I'd say he probably was one lap short. Obviously, didn't want to see that pit stop come out, or that, caution come out late. Last night did everything he could do, but was interesting and just spun the tires on that restart there. So, what's the nice looking paint job though? It makes you hungry than him running around there in the Texas machine.
Joe, you said something about it earlier about Keith Haney. I didn't think he was gonna. Have a shot after pitting a lap or two later than Jake Nichols. But look at him right now, Joe. He's about to be right up on his back bumper. Yeah, he is. Definitely going to be very, very interesting to see here. Yeah, the 68 definitely might be going. Oh, the 88. Yeah, the 88 definitely probably trying to go for it. Try to see what he's got. Well, he went 2 laps down, so John Houston must have had trouble in his pit. Oh, no, I was talking about the 7 of Keith Haney. Oh, yeah, well, I was looking out chat, and somebody said 88's going for it, so I don't know. Are you talking about the 87's going for it? Yelling by Joe. Yeah. Well, hey, you get a little excited. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, we could have seen that 88 of John Houston. He might have just been speeding down pit road or something, but like the chat said before, that number 87 of David Elliott, he might be trying to make it on fuel mileage. Yep, absolutely. Well, it's going to be interesting to see, because you're right. We're watching Keith Haney right here to see if he can't actually run down that man of the 73. He's definitely faster, and it's going to be interesting once he catches him. What's he going to have to do to get around him? Is Jake going to fight him, or is he going to let him go? Now, Jake has to understand, even if he gets around him, you know, hey, he's not going to lose that much of a spot, you know, or points-wise. He'll lose some, but this right here's got to make you a little nervous. That man's awful fast. Yeah, he really is, Joe. He just ran at 38.6, but actually Jake Nichols just ran a little bit faster than him with a 38.577.
Yeah, maybe Jake needs to understand. Maybe it's now time to pick this thing up and go as we're getting here to closing laps. A little bit under 18 laps here left in this one tonight. Here's they got to go to lap 100. I always say lap 100, that's the one we're looking for. But lap 96 and a caution comes out, it's over with at that point also.
Yep, Joe, you're absolutely right. It's still Cameron Hearns leading. He just ran at 38.726. Delonte ran at 38.5, so he's coming for him.
Yes, he is. And up front, 87. I'm not sure on what pit strategy he's on, but if he's out there and he doesn't pit within the next, I'm going to say 10 laps, you're committed to stay. You might as well go for it. He's got a 21-second lead. Right now, there's only, well, he's in pits. Never mind. I was about to say, he's about committed at one point to stay out.
Yeah, throw that one out the window right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the 7, you're right. The 7's been able to run him down. Right now, looks like it's evened off between the two. We're going to see, though, Jake's got to get around this number 13 machine here, Justin Gable. Now it's time for the 73 to go. He's got to run what you brung here and see. So it's going to be very interesting to see what these guys got. He's looking on the inside there. I'm going to try to take Justin Gable as they go to the line.
Yeah, Keith Haney, he's liking this right here. He wants to see him battle as long as possible.
Yes, he does. Go ahead.
I think Jake, nope, I was going to say he's going to clear him. The 13's battling right back. He ain't giving that spot up easy.
Absolutely not. That's old Justin Gable, the SRA machine. He's definitely got the high side, got the momentum coming off. This is what Keith Haney wants to see, not what Jake wants to have happen, because at some point you're going to use your tires up. That outside lane, you definitely got the momentum. He can't quite make the slide. He's going to get that nose up there. Nope, can't get it yet.
Yeah, but he's still got about a quarter fender on him right now, and he's up there. They're side by side right now going into turn 1.
Yes, they are. Boy, I tell you what, the 13 holding his own tough right there to the 73. Looks like he's going to make that pass this time. Did everything he could, man, to hold that high side there. Helped him out just a little bit. I don't know if that might have hurt the tires. That's not what Jake wants to do every time, trying to get to the front and battle with these guys.
Joe, we got a battle for the lead, and yep, 21 Delonte Ballard just took it like it was nothing.
Well, I'll tell you what, Delonte is definitely showing off here tonight, but don't count out the 67. He does the crossover going to the inside. If this is the final time coming to the line, boy, that would have been a shootout and a drag race right there. Right now, they go door to door in the turn number 1.
Yeah, I think 7 of Keith Haney and 73 Jake Nichols are loving this. They're side by side. You can't even put a pencil between them.
No, they're not. They're touching each other, banging each other in the door, but the 67, he goes for Hall's back in line behind the man right there, the 21, and definitely don't want to, hey, he wants to only hear the slamming there on the Twitch channel, not no slamming the doors or anything happening out here, as he only wants to see, man, fireworks going off at the end of this one and win this thing. Right now, Cameron Hearn running in the tire tracks, looking good out there. Delonte Ballard puts this thing on point, so Keith Haney's doing everything he can do to try to stay right there with Jake. I mean, it's just when it's the best. I mean, hey, you're really speechless to say what do you do when you're going up against this kind of competition?
And Joe, I don't know how they do it. It's definitely impressive. These guys are putting on a show.
Yeah, they are. And you know, it's like if you're sitting there, Keith, you're going, man, I'm just so close. I've got the speed. I got the power. I just can't make it up. What do I got to do? You know, with a guy like Jake and with a guy like, you know, even Delonte and all, Mike Rominger, even look at Mike Rominger sitting in the 6th spot. I mean, all these guys, we always say a cream rises to the top. I mean, all the chase contenders are in the top 6 right now.
Yeah, they are, and they're proving why they're the best right now. Is the 7 of Keith Haney, he gets around the 13 of Justin Gable, but about the 13, he was fighting them for sure. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, he's going to see if he can run down that man right there, Jake Nichols. Maybe try to get one right there. You're right. Who's going to go in the Homestead? One more race away here to actually crown a champion here, because we're at race number 4 here, the chase. And that man right there leads the points, sitting in 3rd. But Keith Haney, He is trying to claw his way up there to try to do everything he possibly can to run him down. And we'll see if he can just maybe make up just a little bit of ground.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see for sure, as we got about 10 laps to go right now.
Yes, we do. 10 laps, man, when they cross the line. It's going to be here to put this one, like I said, lap 100. That's a done deal. Lap 96 caution comes out, and that's a done deal. Been a very, very good long green flag run. Justin Gable's done a fantastic job in that SRA number 13 machine, sitting in 5th. Mike Rominger right there in 6th. David Shutt coming out here, sitting in 7th. David Elliott back in 8th. Old Nick Hunt, the Kool-Aid man, in 9th. Daniel Haney 10th. But, you know, the battle right now, we got to watch here. Keith is running down Jake again. So let's see if he actually can get up there. Maybe he's turned the wick up in that number 7 machine.
Yeah, he's going to have to, Joe. It'll be interesting to see what their times are right now, because that last time by, Keith Haney was just a little bit faster than the 73 of Jake Nichols.
Well, if you remember correctly, he was a lot faster on long green flag runs. We're getting down to that longer style here where the tires do start mattering, and that's when Keith Haney definitely started running down Jake. It's going to be interesting to see, because he is definitely pulling him in in a hurry.
Oh, yeah, he's over a 10th faster than him, but the 7 of Jake Nichols is going to catch that lap car in the worst spot possible.
Yeah, he is. Going to be able to go around him with ease right there. As, man, look at the closing rate of the 7 of Keith Haney. If he can just get in front of him, maybe make one spot up, still he's got a hope going into Homestead, making this thing close here. He's not giving up here, folks, on the final time. Delonte's still out front. He's got a half-second lead here. Delonte could definitely, as of right now, let me just give you the scenario on that one. Delonte's moved to 4th in points. But as of right now, if it ended as it is, he would definitely get some bucks. He would be within probably like 2 or 3 points out of 3rd place going into Homestead.
Wow, so there's still a hope for them too. I mean, you never know going to that last race. I thought he was going to go to the inside of Jake Nichols, but I think he's just running him down right now, just looking for the perfect opportunity.
Yeah, he is. It looks like that 7's a tad bit faster. Going to be interesting to see how much of a fight the 73 puts up. Folks, this is for the 3rd place run here, as Delonte Ballard's got over a half-second lead over Cameron Hearn. But look at the 7, Keith Haney, the Haney Boy Racing, looking on the inside there, the Superman himself. This is the battle here. You got the top spot man and the 2nd place man in the points. They'll go door to door coming out of the turn.
Jake Nichols got loose there in the middle of the corner. They're still side by side going into turn 3. They're not giving an inch.
No, they're not. They'll still go door to door heading into the turn. Look at the run. He gets on the high side. Boy, they'll fight. They'll go close right there. He's going to try to pinch him with that lap car. We're going to see which one does it. Lap car's up high. Keith's down low. We're going to see what happens here as they come to the line. It's going to be very interesting to see with that lap car what happens here.
7 of Keith Haney knows what he's doing. He's not letting that Jake Nichols come down in. He was trying to pinch that lap car right in front of Jake Nichols. Yeah,
but he had to let him go there eventually. Let him come in. Good sportsmanship. He understands. He's got a very fast car. As we got 5 laps to go here, they'll clear that lap car. Here comes Justin Gable in the mix here. Now, Justin's not in the battle for the points, but let's see. Keith's going to back off a little bit. Let those tires cool down some. He's going to go back at it again. He says, look, I got the number for the Superman up here, and I think Jake knows it. I think Jake understands. He's going, man, where in the world did this guy in a 7 machine come from?
Look at him. He goes to the inside, and another thing, if that 13 can get around Jake Nichols as well, that's going to put number 7 of Keith Haney in an even better position going into Homestead.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the one thing that he's definitely looking at. But right now, it is a fight. And a fight indeed as they head down the back stretch. They'll go door to door, 7 and the 73. They'll go side to side in the turn number 3. Don't want to wash up the track and get into each other and ruin both of them. But look at that 7. Power to the inside. He'll take the spot away. Justin Gable all over the back end of Jake Nichols there. He's going to try. You know Keith Haney's definitely going to be like, look, go ahead and go around him too.
Most definitely right here. It's going to be interesting to see the 13. Oh, man, just looks like the 73 of Jake Nichols just got a way better run on entry and was able to pull away from him.
Yeah, the one thing that even though Justin Gable doesn't want to do, he understands that those chase contenders don't want to get up there and ruin, man, one of their races. I mean, even though he would love to get up there and actually, you know, go around him. If he can get the run, he definitely go for it. Right now, though, Keith Haney definitely doing what he has to do. I just don't think he has enough time to run down that man in the second place spot because he's 2.9 seconds out from the leader, even though... And he's not running that much faster than those guys up front. Now, Delonte is just putting down some blistering pace up front.
Well, Joe, I hate to correct you, but Cameron Hearn just ran a 2/10 faster lap than that. Cameron Hearn's going for that win.
Oh, my bad. Just saw it. Just clicked off, man, went across the line. You're right. Cameron Hearn says there's 2 to go. And I'm going to make it interesting up here in the front. Got nothing to lose. Might as well. Delonte Ballard, if he wins this thing here, he definitely could come out here, man, singing with some roses or smelling like roses, so to speak, because he's looking to maybe come out of here in the points being in third place. He's got all those bonus points could be added up, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens here with the battle. So we got a battle up front and a battle out back here, but Keith Haney's walking away from Jake Nichols. I got a feeling that was here, so let's watch this battle up front right fast, Davis.
Yep, and they're about to come to that white flag lap too. See if number 67 and Cameron Hearn can get a big enough run and make that last lap pass on the 21 of Delonte Ballard.
Absolutely. Going to be the white flag going to fly this time by for that man out front. The 21 machine got the SRA slam twitch machine slamming in all gears and all 8 cylinders flying high. Cameron Hearn's going to try it one more time. He's got his paint machine. Don't know if he's close enough to do it, but he's got 4 turns to get it done as they head off into turn 1, following in his tire tracks here as they'll storm out of the turns here this time by for the final time tonight here at Auto Club.
Looks like the 67 just washed up on the exit there, and the 21 of Delonte Ballard, he's just walking away, but it's still anyone's race right here. They're in the final corner.
Yes, they are. Final corner here. We'll take it high and wide here just to see the distance between it because it looks like the 21's coming out of turn number 4 for the final time tonight here, folks. That man right there will win it here tonight at Auto Club. Delonte Ballard will finish it off here with Cameron Hearn coming in second. Third place man Keith Haney definitely going to get some valuable points there that he needs going into the final race here of the chase in 2 weeks at Homestead. It's going to be a shootout. We know Keith's got the car to get it done. Can't give the hats off enough to that man who won tonight, the 21 right there in the Alan J. Elwood Designs machine, the slam machine out there, the SRA 21 of Delonte Ballard definitely showing off here. It's going to be interesting because he's going to close that gap very close to trying to be in the top 3 in the points.
Yep, he really is, and what a race, what a finish. Guys, tell your friends, tell your family, when they go to Homestead in 2 weeks, they do not want to miss this. You've seen this race tonight. Now imagine with the last race of the season how it's going to be.
Absolutely. Definitely last race of the season. Going to be interesting. It's not a given that that man is going to win this one. So it's not a given that Jake Nichols is going to walk out of here champ. Anything can happen in that race right there. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what these guys, man, do. What these guys, man, I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I really am. I can't wait, Joe. I really can't wait. This thing, I mean, we've seen it here tonight. What an awesome finish. What an awesome race. I mean, we had 2 cautions. The thing went green from lap 25 to lap 100.
Yes, it did. Definitely good racing here across the board. Well, let's bring up our third place man, Keith Haney, and let you get a talk in with him.
Hey, Keith Haney, it's Davis Richards in the OSRM booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, Keith, we were watching you all night. You were actually my pick for the race winner tonight, and we seen you closing the gap on Jake Nichols. And, man, we thought you were going to have something up there for the leaders because you definitely had the car to beat on the long run. How did it feel out there for you?
Hey, man, I appreciate you picking me for the win, for sure. Honestly, I do. Man, I wish we would have had a few more laps. God, I wish we would have had maybe 10 more laps, and I might have could have brung it home. But Delonte and Cameron, they were super fast. Jake, you ain't got to tell you that guy's fast. He's fast every week, and for me to just be able to, make top 3 this week, I'm pretty happy.
Oh yeah, I heard that one there, Keith, man. We don't know if you had it in the back of your mind, but we were definitely talking about that 8-point distance between you and Jake, and it looks like if Jake led the most laps, y'all are going to come out of here with the same amount of points. What's your strategy going into Homestead? What do you got to do to get that championship?
I gotta deflate Jake's tires.
Oh yeah, we seen your comment earlier too on that one. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, hey, it's I'm just messing around. No harm whatsoever to Jake out there. I want to beat him fair and square. Definitely a friendly rival going on out there, and I look forward to Homestead, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, most definitely there, man. Well, you got a car that can beat him. You proved it tonight, but you got anyone out there you want to thank?
All you guys at OSR putting on a heck of a show tonight. I look forward to going back and watching it. Extreme for putting on a heck of a league. Everybody out there that comes and watches these things, everybody at HBR, and look forward to Homestead in 2 weeks.
All right, well then, Keith, we'll see you out there in Homestead, and good luck, man. We'll be rooting for you.
Hey, thank you a whole bunch.
All right, well, that's Keith Haney, definitely, man, a man right there. Very happy with what he had. 3rd place coming in here. Be interesting. Another man ought to be happy here. He won last night. That's our 2nd place man here, Cameron Hearn. Let's get a talk with him.
Hey Cameron, it's Davis Richards in the OSRM booth. Man, we seen you take a win away last night in the Xfinity Series and walk out with a race win, and we watching you tonight. Seen you come from the back of the pack all the way to the lead. And man, what happened there? Did you just use up your tires, or wanted to kind of see what your mindset was going to the last run?
Yeah, I kind of figured Delonte was real fast. I mean, he's one of the fastest cars in practice, or the fastest, so I figured he'd catch me. I tried to save my tires a little bit, and then I kind of figured at the very end of the run I'd kind of catch back up to him, which I did, but it was so hard, especially with car in front of you, to get the nose planted in the corner. Last lap I kind of drove it in there. I got a good run, too good of a run. Actually caught the apron. That kind of shoved me up the track and killed my momentum. But yeah, Delonte was fast. I was just happy I could hang with him at the end.
Oh yeah, there, man. And we were watching you battle with Jake Nichols earlier in the race too. When you seen you track him down from about a second away, and you were able to go out there and pass him. Then we seen you go out there and get loose. What happened there?
Yeah, I just misjudged the corner. These wide turns, it's easy to miss your mark, and I missed my mark, and I actually got a little tight, and I had to get off the throttle a pretty good bit, so it killed my momentum. I think 4 or 5 cars got past me on the front stretch, but after that, I was just mainly, going to ride into the pits. There was 5 or 6 cars within, 0.8 of a second up there battling for the lead.
Well, you did a good job coming back out there, and after that little mishap, coming back out there and getting a 2nd place finish. But it was definitely fun watching you come from the back of the pack. You got anyone out there you want to thank?
Yeah, of course, Extreme Motorsports 99. You guys at OSR Network do a great job. All the people out here who watch this. My dad watching this every night. Sharon Williams on the hood. Just also sending prayers again to Don. So everybody's thinking about him, so I hope he knows that. And as always, I'll see you guys. I guess we got a week off, so I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right, Cameron, we'll see you out there at Homestead, man. We'll be rooting for you, and it was definitely fun to watch you tonight. We'll definitely be watching you in 2 weeks to see if you can make some noise up there in the front of the pack.
I appreciate you guys. Take care.
All right, well, tell you what, that's Cameron Hearn. Brought that thing into 2nd place tonight. Definitely happy about that one. Well, let's all fall down here in the victory lane, because I know there's going to be one happy man down there in the slam machine. That's Delonte Ballard, the showstopper. Delonte Ballard, you in the booth, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Well, I'll tell you what other way to show off, man, the colors of the twitch.tv/slam machine other than to put it in victory lane and win tonight. SRA flying the banner high for the man they call the showstopper out here. You stole the show out here, showed them what it was done. Delonte Ballard, winner tonight at Auto Club Speedway. How's it feel?
Oh man, it feels great. It feels even better to put this car in victory lane. It's the first time it's ever touched victory lane, and I kind of wish Matt was here to watch it. And I think he went out to a concert tonight, and then of course Bobby before the race, before he left to go watch the Buckeye game, he told me to go out there and win it. So I guess both of them was the one that, you know, with Matt not being here to watch it and Bobby telling me to go win it was what I needed to do.
Well, absolutely. Well, you're talking about, you know, you winning, not only winning, but SRA showed up again. You know, Justin Gable coming in 5th here tonight. Yeah, David Shutt ending up in the 7th. So y'all came out here definitely unpacked with some bad, fast hot rods there. But awesome to see you put that slam machine in victory lane. Did you think you had enough early on to put it in victory lane?
I really didn't know. After when that first run was going, I know Keith is very good at saving tires, and Cameron is very good at running too. Of course, Jake, we don't even have to name him. We know he's good, you know. But it was at the end of the run when we started catching Jake, and I'm sitting here thinking in my head, I'm like, I feel like I'm overdriving this car. Like, I think I need to back it down. And then when we started chasing Jake down, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm doing something right here. But it was something like that. We was on the same tire levels as with Cameron and Keith. Well, Keith was still a little bit faster. He had to deal with a little bit more traffic. But at the beginning of the race, if you would have asked me on that first set of caution that I had a car to win, I probably would have told you maybe a top 3. I don't know about a win, but somehow we figured it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely figured it out and put it in victory lane here tonight. ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Cup Series here for the Auto Club Speedway. You got anybody out there you want to thank?
Oh, well, first of all, I would dedicate this race to Don. I want to let him know that, you know, he's in my prayers. You know, hope the best for him. You know, I know it's a rough time for him. So this win is for you, Don, if you're out there watching and listening. Of course, I got to thank Matt the Slam himself, for allowing me to, you know, put his logo on the hood of this car. Elwood Designs, Alan Elwood, he does perfect paint jobs for me. I love him. Kyle Putz, I think he was out there watching. You know, he's a great motivator behind me. The whole Slip Angle race team outside of Extreme Motorsports, you know, the whole Slip Angle organization, they push me to be better too. Everybody in SRA, my teammates here that race in Extreme that's on SRA, you know, Gable gave me some great, you know, intel, you know, telling me what I need to do just in case Cameron caught me, you know, just telling him, you know, might have to pinch him low, or I figured if he was going to get on the outside, he might have to run, but I think that was the only thing that was going to, you know, benefit from backing him off was pinching him a little bit. So I got to thank Gable for sticking there with me. Of course, you guys for putting on a great broadcast. I'd like to thank you, especially with the nickname. Finally, once again, get the show Stop the Field here tonight. And Rick Donovan for putting on such a great league. Extreme is good. Ever since I've been here, he's opened it up with open hands, you know, to me and the whole SRA. And, you know, yeah, never had an issue here, not with one driver. And it's just a great place. A lot of hard racing. It's just a great league to race in to me.
Well, absolutely well said out there, and you're right. Definitely been interesting. I like, man, with the SRA guys, man, come over here to Extreme. Well, y'all unpack with some bad, fast hot rods and do some awesome things. And yeah, definitely you showed off tonight. You showed why we call you the show stopper, and definitely putting it in victory lane. Well, party time, man, all week now, because you definitely put the slam machine up there. Winner tonight under the lights, Auto Club, Delonte Ballard.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, right there, that's one happy guy, man, there, Davis, as always. Let's go to our rundown results order, because you're right, the showstopper himself, Delonte Ballard, putting it in victory lane. Cameron Hearn, he was close, tried, came up in second. Keith Haney there, still got his hopes alive to maybe pull off a championship here in the Cup Series, finishing out in third. And we all know who the Superman is himself, Jake Nichols, right there in fourth. Justin Gable sitting in fifth. Mike Romans, or Mr. Extreme, he's right there in sixth, still in the hunt. And we call him the Nightmare. David Shutt right in seventh. David Elliott sitting in eighth, and old Nick Hunt there in ninth. Kool-Aid Man got him in ninth place, and Daniel Haney, he pulling it out in 10th.
11th, we got Ethan Kurtz, and 12th, we got John Houston. Not the night he was looking for, as we seen him lead a couple laps up there earlier in the race. James Thorndyke in 13th. John T. Wimmish in 14th. Again, not a night he wanted to see. 15th, Richie Evans. 16th, Ryan Keese. And rounding out the order is number 17 of Mike Franklin.
Yeah, absolutely. The rest of those other guys right there were kind of ones that showed up and just wasn't in there and whatever. But either way, Davis, like you said earlier, we saw everything here tonight. We saw strategy, we saw hard racing, we saw, passing, we saw long green flags, some cautions out there. And, it was awesome. Definitely saw, man, Delonte live up to the name of the showstopper, putting it in victory lane tonight here under the lights at Auto Club. Got any final words on it?
Man, just what a race, what a finish. We've seen everything. We've seen long green flag runs. We've seen them battling nose to tail the entire race. We've seen strategy. Just wow, what a race. And we've got a battle going into Homestead. And man, be sure you're tuning in in 2 weeks, Speed, and tell your friends, tell your family, because this is going to be a race to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. We definitely got a battle going into Homestead. We're off next week here for Extreme and OSR Network. So definitely tune in another 2 weeks because we go to Homestead to crown a champ. That's right here for the Cup Series here for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Well, for Joe White and Davis Richards up here in the booth, everyone, have a good night.